Hi there.
Good evening.
What's up?
Thanks for hanging out with us on another Tuesday night. We're going to get started here momentarily. We're going to get our playlist lined up. I had to switch our mics back, T. I was trying to fix them. Mine's loose.
Fix them back from what?
Well, I got to tighten this guy up. Mine's,
Okay.
I got to lose.
Do the tighten up.
Mine seems fine.
Well, it's firm.
Oh, I messed up my.
Well, that's good.
You good? All right.
No, I got my notification and I slipped off of it.
You're checking this out?
I was gonna.
All right. Let's have a chance. It's like Christmas Story. You haven't missed it yet. It's still Christmas Eve.
God, that makes me laugh.
Watch the whole thing. You never know what's going to happen at the end of the ad. Something great could happen. Like we make 0.456 millionths of a penny.
I'm now watching our YouTube ad.
I got to check, didn't I?
No, I don't know if that money's even real or if it's in American currency. I have no idea. There's a number associated with something, and it's literally it's in pesos.
It's in beef bouillon.
Yes,
I understand.
Yes, all the beef bouillon you can eat. Thanks for watching those ads. We appreciate it. If you haven't yet, hit subscribe on First Amendment Sports.
We're good. That's not much of a delay there, homeboy.
No, we actually probably belong on a much longer delay, but that's okay.
Anyone's checking it.
Let's get started here.
You have a beep button?
Always. I got all kinds of buttons over here. I got a whole keyboard full of buttons right here. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Marangolo. He's Tim Strachan.
Yes, it is. It's another Tuesday, man. Looking forward to it.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Oh, it does.
Tuesday feel.
Every Tuesday does.
Kevin Ricka.
Playoff time in the WCAC. Springtime has sprung, and it's about to be over, man. We're right in the thick of things.
The WCAC Spectacular, Pride of DeMatha, Pride of McNamara, Pride of St. John's. I use the word pride loosely, obviously.
We
have a long history of loving everything about these schools, not just ours, mostly, a lot of ours, but obviously the respect for the others. The spring season, we promised you guys we would be at the Lacrosse Championship, and we're going to come through with that promise next Monday night, live on the First Amendment Sports Channel. We will be at Ludwig Field at University of Maryland covering your boys and girls lacrosse finals. We are just getting underway to find out who those teams are going to be. Do we have any real-time updates on that?
I believe we do.
Okay, what do we got?
Well, we do know that Gonzaga took Ireton down in the top half of the bracket, 11-2.
The Gonzaga's boys team.
This is boys lacrosse. We're focused on right here, real quick.
Just making sure we're
Gonzaga
Thanks
boys
for
lacrosse.
clarifying that, Ken.
Yes, took down Ireton 11-2. The Stags of DeMatha took down Coach Giblin over at O'Connell 14-9 to advance to a semifinal clash Friday on I Street, gentlemen, where the Stags and the Purple Eagles will go at it once again with another championship on the line. The Cadets of St. John's hosted St. Mary's Riken in a 16-8 W for the Cadets over there on Military Road. They will host the winner of Paul VI in Good Counsel, which we have not gotten confirmation on. That game was supposed to be over about a half an hour ago. Who knows what has happened, but we haven't heard back from our man in the stands.
So St. John's and Gonzaga can meet up in the finals for the WCAC.
Anybody. Well, as of right now, there's 5 teams that could meet up. Yes, St. John's is on the bottom half of the bracket. They are playing the winner of Paul VI Good Counsel. That will be at St. John's on Friday. Everyone's looking forward to that Monday affair. They can't wait to see who's going to be there from First Amendment, what we're going to be wearing. I mean, it's the big topic of discussion on Twitter, guys. But, that's the case. That's the case. I think the Vegas would come back and say that Paul VI has been on a tear. Their program has been relentless. St. John's and Paul VI have played in semifinals the previous 2 years. 2 years ago, St. John's knocked them off by 1 goal. Last year, Paul VI knocked St. John's off by 1 goal. They're going to have at it again in the semis.
Match?
It's a rubber match in the semis.
Nice.
And Gonzaga has been handling their side of business for the last decade in this semifinal game. So, that's going to be what happens over there. That's a whole lot of craziness going down on the boys' side. Some excellent lacrosse teams, like Casey O'Neill was on air telling us last week, it is no longer, the WCAC is no longer anyone's side piece as far as lacrosse is concerned.
No.
They're on the top of the food chain. And
Division I prospects up and down.
Ridiculous talent. In this semifinal, if you're looking at, say it is Good Counsel or Paul VI, But Paul VI is loaded. We've talked about them earlier in the season. St. John's is having a great year, 7-1. Gonzaga undefeated, now 9-0 in league play, and that's who everyone's gunning for. And DeMatha isn't shy about coming out of the gates at 4-0 this year. They got a heck of a squad.
You can look at that two ways. You can say, look, they're the ones that are undefeated. They're at the top of the mountain. But you know how hard it is to go completely blemish free. I mean, that's so hard to do. And this is crunch time. This is this is when it all counts. That's
Paul VI has defeated Good Counsel. We are looking at a rematch, like we talked about. St. John's Paul VI in one half of the bracket, Gonzaga DeMatha in the other. We have a treat on Monday, no matter what the hell goes down.
And we're not going to jinx anybody. And Casey also told us all about how much respect he had for the Ireton girls. Their program is on track. Mm-hmm. Someone is going to run up against them probably in a very late game, potentially also in that Monday night matchup. We'll have them both. I think I want to say 5 and 7:30. Is that what you heard?
5 and 7 is how they have it written down, but
okay.
Check
us out. Again, free subscription. You'll get a notification. It's a bunch of knuckleheads just went live at University of Maryland with a high school lacrosse championship, and you can choose what you're going to do with that. I don't know what you're going to do with that. You might want to click the button and give us a watch.
Smash it.
Smash the subscribe button. We also have. We're in the throes of baseball and softball, guys. Let's talk about the softball first because that's been decided, and it's decidedly decided.
First and foremost, what a gorgeous facility right here in Kensington at Holy Cross where they hosted.
Good job.
It was. I mean, the turf field couldn't have looked nicer. The atmosphere was great. It was a gorgeous day, an extremely gorgeous day for the young ladies from St. Mary's Riken. These two teams, O'Connell and St. Mary's Riken, have been going at it. They are rivals. O'Connell's been at the top of the mountain for a very long time. This year they had one game, 18-14 W for St. Mary's Riken. In game 2, it was canceled by lightning. It was 3-2 O'Connell, and they had been up in the front half of the inning. I believe it was the 4th. And lightning ended the game, so they had to revert back to the beginning of that inning because the second night wasn't enough, which they had to call it a 2-2 tie. So, that was a big momentum shift for St. Mary's Riken. They had said they did not want that first game to be viewed as just, what's it called when you beat someone? What's it called? Come on, help me out here, boys.
When you beat somebody?
A fluke. God, I couldn't get that out of my big fat head.
Yeah,
I've never had a fluke. I've never
St.
been part
Mary's
of a fluke
Riken's
win in my
girls
life.
really, really wanted to make sure that everyone knew that was not a fluke. It was not an upset to them. Yeah. They felt like they were on that level. So they come out and they have a tie, and they were really looking forward to making that deal happen. They played 3 times this year, and St. Mary's Riken's girls won all 3. They came out and scored 2 runs in the first inning, taking the lead against a diehard O'Connell team that's been there so many times year in, year out. O'Connell comes back with 5. Push comes to shove. We get to the 6th inning, and the WCAC Player of the Year, a young lady we were talking about earlier, Mel Coombs.
This is incredible.
It is incredible. Mel Coombs, the junior, WCAC Player of the Year from St. Mary's Riken. Down 2 in the 6th inning. She goes yard, 2-run homer, ties it up, sends it to extras. In extra innings, in the top half of the 8th, the same Mel Coombs comes up with 2 on and goes yard again.
Back to back.
I mean, just putting the team on her back, putting the championship trophy in Southern Maryland, taking it out of Northern Virginia with 2 swings of the bat. The young lady, also to end the game, she fields a ground ball, steps on second, fires to third for the 6-3 double play, and the celebration ensued.
Oh, yeah. Just,
Why not?
Seal it with an unassisted double play.
Why not?
Sure.
Have at it, young lady.
I told you guys about a little bit of Southern Maryland softball, how we do it down there. You guys remember?
I love it. Yeah.
Hey, but rewind 1 week just before you start talking about Southern Maryland softball.
No, we can put that.
Because
that's
in the
a whole different
semifinals, young Mel Coombs in the semifinals, in the final inning, down 2-1, runners on second and third, gets the game-clinching hit, walk off 2 RBI to win the semis against your Bishop McNamara.
I'm just laughing at the fact that Ken feels like he could put his arm around her and be like, we've done this because we're from
She
Southern
sounds like
Maryland.
she's from Dunkirk, which is, kind of a mecca, heartland, if you will, Southern Maryland softball.
Probably a little bit better than yours.
Hey, listen,
You've never seen me
congratulations.
play shortstop.
That's true. That's true.
Just saying.
Is there an over 57-year-old
Congratulations,
league
young
that we
lady.
get into 14 years?
Not only congratulations on the award, but congratulations on your performance even afterwards. That's impressive.
Hey, Coach Steph Dameron went 17-2-1. Those 2 losses and those ties were all vindicated. They beat everyone on their schedule. It's over with. They took on all comers. They might have lost 2 and tied 1, but they wound up coming back and catching everyone that gave them a loss or a tie. And they are the champs. Congratulations. The trophy's down there in the Hawaii of the
Hawaii
WCAC.
of the WCAC. That's right. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, congratulations, St. Mary's Riken and Coach Steph
They're
Dameron.
racking up championships down there.
Yes, they
For
are.
sure.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So, hey, girls lacrosse.
We got an update.
Well, I thought we had an update. Man in the stands is getting a hot dog. But I do know this. Ireton, the number 1 seed, took down the number 8 seed O'Connell 18-5 today. They will be taking on Paul VI, who took down the Lady Cadets 14-8. We are waiting to hear back from the hot dog line. Good Counsel took on St. Mary's Riken. Holy Cross took on Seton. Gentlemen, if anything that happened earlier in the season comes to fruition, we will be seeing Good Counsel versus Holy Cross in that other semifinal.
What stands? What site is this hot dog purchaser? Where is he?
I'm not sure.
I rate hot dog. I want to know. I want to know about the hot dog.
We can't reveal where our agents are.
Be sure that it's an all beef and
Yeah. No soggy buns. Are you going relish or not? I'm not. If in a place like this, I'm usually going ketchup and relish.
You know what?
Ketchup and relish?
I
I
love
know,
relish.
I know.
I only
Mustard,
get it when
relish,
I
and
see it.
onions.
I only see it only when
I'll
I see
do onions. If they got a little one of
I
those
get
little.
it when I see it. It's not
Yeah.
something that I go.
Would you
give me relish?
you are a ketchup on a dog guy, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Ugh. You don't even like
100%.
ketchup.
And
I like
cheese. No, I'm
everything
not
on
a
hot
ketchup
dog.
guy. That's a little. We should all try to eat less ketchup. Is my understanding of how.
All of a
world
sudden,
works,
yeah,
and yet-
ketchup's like the
It's
worst
not all of
thing
a
for you.
sudden. I've sold food, and I've told you this. The first
been the
ingredient,
same thing
first
forever.
The first time,
the
like
first
last
ingredient, the first ingredient listed on the back of the ingredients label is the ingredient that has the most
Yes.
of
High
ingredients
fructose
throughout the
corn
high
syrup.
fructose corn syrup. Should not be the first thing. Roses, lime juice,
It's
and
delicious.
well, maybe
It's
it is.
pure sugar. It literally, people are like, do you eat sugar? No, I don't. I'm not gonna. I don't want to put sugar on that. But
They
else,
should just put low fructose syrup in it then.
well, we're working on that.
Is there a medium fructose? that
That's
we
the
can work
cat
with?
soup.
Yeah.
That's the cat
Yeah,
soup.
maybe-
The catsup.
medium.
The
That's
catsup.
catsup.
I don't like that at all. I bought some ketchup from Whole Foods due to necessity this week. I mean, I could not wash my tongue fast enough with my fingernails. It was grating
Why were you?
because I was there and I needed ketchup. I like to make my own cocktail sauce for the seafood I bought. Just being honest here, I make my
So
own.
the ketchup's for cocktail
sauce.
sauce. You didn't put ketchup on any random.
We were out of ketchup
dish.
at home. Our Heinz was empty. We were at Whole Foods. I figured we kill 2 birds with 1 stone after getting the seafood. I bought the Whole Foods 360, whatever the heck it is. That's not ketchup.
No.
Just if you're listening out there.
But is it-
That is not ketchup. It's something else.
Is
it's
it
wrong.
Is it high fructose corn syrup?
No, it doesn't have high fructose corn syrup, and it's
you go.
disgusting.
I mean,
All right, let's get off of that because that's terrible, and I'm still mad about this. Don't buy your ketchup at Whole Foods.
There you go. You always learn something on our show. I
Ketchup-
love that.
ketchup,
That is
cheese, and
tip
onions.
of the day.
ketchup, cheese, onions, relish.
Mustard, onions, and cheese.
No, just
But
say no
listen,
to ketchup.
If there's any chili involved, then it takes on a whole new dynamic.
It's a different. That's a
Yeah,
different
it is.
meal
It's a
altogether.
different sandwich. Yes,
We're talking
it
about
is.
Tex-Mex now. I mean,
All right.
let's talk baseball.
Yeah, man.
Baseball. Let's fast forward. Put it for the magic of television. Pull out a little bit of a prepared dish. We got 4 teams left. We're right in the middle of the WCAC semifinals in baseball. St. John's and O'Connell.
You got it.
And McNamara versus DeMatha in a great old school matchup there. The Mustangs took DeMatha 11-3 in the opening game of the 3-game set. And I really what shocked everybody was seeing O'Connell lay it to St. John's in the first game. The good news is for all the teams that lost yesterday is they get to come back and play baseball right away today. St. John's retook or I guess evened out the series, and I believe McNamara was down 4-3.
That was a final.
That was the final. So both series will go to Game 3, and
Elimination games in both semis.
which is great.
Awesome.
Echoing the words of Coach Gibbs on the phone with us last week, what an exciting format.
You know,
and other
yeah.
leagues need to adapt this because how cool is it? You know, baseball is played at this. It should be a 3-game situation.
Yeah.
And I love that they adapted the semifinal 3-game. You know, it allows both teams to get after it. Look, St. John's takes a 2-0 lead. O'Connell pounces on them in a bad inning, gets up 3-2, and stretches out their lead. And all of a sudden, you know, that could have been it. In any other conference, it's over. For a coach like Mark Gibbs to have to make these adjustments, these decisions, who you throw in game one, you know, the science, if you will, behind it, the pure baseball science behind it, it's tremendous. They threw a freshman today who went nuts. St. John's got a 9-0 win at O'Connell. Now they're coming back home to St. John's. They're going back home to McNamara after losses on the road. This is going to be super exciting tomorrow. I can't wait to check it out. I'll be following it on Twitter myself.
I got to say, though, you know, sports a lot of the times is about momentum, no matter what sport it is. You know, you talked about, I think it was somebody in the girls lacrosse, or it was the boys lacrosse. You were saying Paul VI is kind of, you know, one of the teams that's hot right now. Mm-hmm. I think the Mustangs are hot right now. You know, just hearing how they finished out their season, they haven't been there, you know, a whole lot, but they seem very comfortable in that, in where they are, and they're not being chased. They're the chaser, and
it's
like momentum.
The 1-game series now.
Yeah,
and so they have played a good season. The McNamara girls had a great softball season, and they didn't have enough to get, you know, to the end in a very loaded WCAC. So I'm proud of the Mustangs, but at the same time, we're seeing teams that we expect to see in the postseason.
You and I should talk about a
little side hustle. Yeah, I got you.
Later.
Hey,
it can't involve Continental though.
No, those bets never get paid.
It can't involve wearing
those
the
are
other
anti-Lannister
person's colors
bets.
I love you, and I love love the Mustangs. I couldn't. I don't think
just because I look good in blue and red, that should not penalize me.
Oh, I would look great.
I don't know.
In it, I'm just saying. I don't know if I can do that.
I applaud your confidence in burgundy and maroon and gold. I apologize. Maroon and gold. Yeah. Well, we've all got practice in those colors.
No, I look great in those colors. I just.
Hey, aside from your fashion, all I know is last year's championship game also went 3. It went to an elimination game. There were some late inning heroics and extra inning walk-offs. We have it all here in the WCAC, and you know this: when we're around, nothing comes easy for anybody.
Nothing comes easy. Exactly, you have to earn it, and we've seen that all year long, covering the postseason in the WCAC. And we've seen very little of coaches or players losing games, and we've seen a whole lot of coaches and players winning games. Yeah. Everyone's making plays in this conference, and that's awesome. No one's rolling anybody necessarily in these bigger, these big leagues.
Hey, listen, as great of a guest Mark Gibbs was last week, and as good of a job he's done for how many have they won straight?
5 in a row.
5 in a row straight. He certainly did not seem like a guy with his chest pumped out. He said this was going to be hard, and he was right. And he said it for a reason, because seeing both of these two series come down to the final game, it's fun. It shows how good these kids are, and I do love the format, because we got to remember they're kids.
Yep.
Right. They're kids.
School all day.
Hey, we're all sports freaks. Playoff baseball, hanging on every pitch.
Day.
Hey, I know Mother's Day's coming up this weekend. To all your moms out there watching your son, every pitch, every at-bat, every ground ball, I can feel your pain.
Yeah.
I can feel your pain. Happy Mother's Day to the moms that have earned it, especially to the ones that might have to go to the Game 3 Elimination Day on Mother's Day Sunday.
Thanks for the reminder, too.
Thanks.
Hey,
thanks
you
for
got
giving
it,
up your
boys.
Mother's
I'm
Day.
here for you.
Actually, that's a good point.
I'm here for you guys.
It made me think about that. They were talking last night, if you were watching the Bucks-Celtics game, Pat Connaughton, his parents were in the stands, the Notre Dame kid, who's played, at a high level.
Pat is a bad dude. He throws a 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
And dunks on you.
And he dunks and hits threes.
He was dunking on them he was dunking on the Celtics.
He played well the other night.
Yeah, God's finger got stuck on the talent button when he made that guy. He gave it all to him.
No one sees him coming. I don't know why people didn't see him coming, but either way, the point was his parents were in the stands, and they put him on there, and I forget who it was.
That's weird to me, by the way, in the
What's
NBA.
That? Did they put,
in the NBA, that they put the players' parents on, like they do in a college game. It's just for some reason.
Well, when you get drafted when you're 18, 19 these days,
No, I get that, because they still do. I mean,
we get it in all the other sports.
It's just as weird when they show Steph's parents, even though he's, a former NBA player himself.
Yeah, they flashed to Doc Rivers.
It's their job. I don't know. It's just
in the Rockets
game.
game.
Well, Doc was the man in the stands in this one.
Yeah, he was the man in the stands.
They
were talking about how many times, their Pat's parents have had basically a lifetime of knotted stomachs. Here they are in a tight playoff game, and they've been doing nothing but watching those
I don't
situations.
think my mom ever saw a play live, but was at every game.
Sure. Oh yeah. She just
Yes.
like this.
Yeah, my mom was way up with the eyeglass nose mustache disguise, so no one will come near. She didn't want to hear it, didn't want to be around it, but wanted to be a part of it, and never
Sure.
missed. But yeah, very similar. I've seen Mary Strachan with her hands over her eyes on multiple occasions, and you know what? That's fair. All those moms that put in all that time, driving to all those practices, all the support, all the guidance, everything all the love, you know, and it comes to fruition.
But you want to
on the
watch it
field.
so that you have the memory of what happened.
Oh, listen,
on.
listen, we could never get into the driver's seat of a mom's brain, brother. We know that
true.
much.
I've never-
we know
yeah,
that much.
yeah.
I think the aftermath and the ability
Don't
to
try
get
to
through
crack
it.
that one,
No. Hey, and before we crack anything else off, I do want to give a shout out to Tom Clark.
Yes.
Yeah,
WCAC
absolutely.
pride of the league.
Yes.
Like Ken likes to say, and this time it's true, the pride of Bishop McNamara.
Yes.
Led the Mustangs to their last WCAC title in 1989. We were all there. We seen it.
Sure.
Sorry, 1990.
93.
1990.
90.
It was
90.
89 for the Cadets, 90.
The last time before the conference went to a
Yes.
championship.
And that was quite a thing. He went into the Maryland State High School Football Coaches Hall of Fame over the week. This guy didn't tell anybody. He didn't like send an email blast out to all his
Just slipped
former
into
guys.
town.
If you guys saw the
got an
comment,
award and-
if you saw the comment list on his Facebook post that his
Wrote
wife
on
put
it.
out there, it was a who's who of legends of this league. It was the classiest men, the classiest statements, the classiest comments. He's coached with and against all of them, coached many young men, including myself, and I just said to him, hell yeah, coach. Man, I knew we had an edge in every game I went to in college football because I had Coach Clark. I thought our team had the edge to win, and you guys know me. I don't like losing very often, just like the both of you. I felt so confident going into every game because that was my coach.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt 39 times. And guess what? We won about 33 of them. And my percentage of being right was
About?
correct. Listen, there's a couple ones I don't want to talk about, Ken. You know, all right?
Just
Hey,
saying.
shout out to Coach Tom Clark, one
Absolutely.
of WCAC's finest, a Hall of Famer, and much deserved, my friend.
Been nothing but a gentleman and
Yeah.
a class act to me my whole life. Knowing him, seeing him when Maryland used to play William and Mary or wherever he may have
Mm-hmm.
been, and having an opportunity to talk to him on the sidelines and catch up with him. And when we have him on, have him on.
We've had,
At
and he's
some
been on
point,
the show before.
Love to ask him
yeah?
because I know it's true. And every stop he's had after he's moved on from the league is where he starts his recruiting.
He still talks the exact
And he is
same.
probably- he
has that
probably taken
deliberate,
care
slow.
of-
He's like, let me
he's
tell you
probably
something.
taken care of so many other kids that have come from the league, than any other coaches we would have on this program.
He loved it. You know what he loved to do? He loved to tell the coaches coming into McNamara about the kid from DeMatha or the kid from St. John's.
Yeah.
He was well trusted, well respected, and he truly cared about everyone that was a part of this league. And when he went to Catholic University, and I know D3 is a little different now than it was then, he was no dummy. He went right to this league.
Yeah.
Our offense was the number one offense in the nation, and we had 7 of 11 starters were WCAC guys from 5 different schools. Listen, man, the guy knows, hey, he just always had his finger on the pulse of what was right and what was wrong. And I'm going to tell you this. I put him through hell. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But there was many a time I saw him put his pointer finger and his thumb through that mustache
doubt
and
he'll ever
pause
come
for
on
about
here.
20 seconds. Oh, he's already been on. You doubt?
Just 'cause of
Yeah,
those.
he's like my uncle, man.
Actually-
Listen, family goes through tough times, and when you love each other, you always stick
We might
together.
have to have an
That's
extra
my guy.
addition.
That's my
to
guy.
to that episode, like a separate
Like
you have
what?
to- you have to click that you're 18 when you get.
No. Listen.
We don't
Tom
have that.
Clark, that's exactly what we're going to do. He's going to be one of our first guests here in the summer months. We got to
Cool.
get him on the show.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We will have a great time
Done.
doing that, and hopefully it's when he's in town. Well,
Awesome.
maybe we can get him to the basement. I'd be
The
tickled.
stash to the basement. Although I think he had shaved it the last time. I
Hey,
saw him.
Jeff Clay could get a police escort to get him to the basement. I
true.
promise you. Jeff Clay would walk through a wall for that man right now, as I would. We'd do it together. Congratulations, Coach Clark, my man.
That wall doesn't stand a chance, if we're being honest.
Well, it had a better chance 20 years ago, but right about now,
I'm worried about the wall. I mean, like,
Back up
what did the
wall.
wall ever do? For God's sake, we're good. I mean, on that note, stick with us. We're coming right back in like 2 minutes to do our weekly Redskins show, off season on the brink, for our Hogs Haven Redskins off season coverage. I guess a little bit of post draft stuff, a little
still
Jimmy
off-season.
Moreland, a little bit of the offensive line.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
give me
It's
some
gonna be a fun
Montez,
night.
brother.
A
Give me
little
some
Montez
Montez.
sweat.
Oh, can't wait to see him in burgundy and gold.
He's Tim Strachan.
Hey, good luck to all you young ladies and young men during your playoffs. Stay healthy, stay safe. Go Stags. Make this bet that I'm about to have with my compadre over here go in my favor.
Kevin Ricca.
Hey, there will be a lot of tears for both reasons here in the next week or so, and I just wish everyone the best. If you're part of this league, you'll always be part of this league. Now you can join the ranks of veteran with us. Ex players. Welcome.
Look,
and to all the mom and dads and
forward
people
to
that might
that,
be
man.
checking out, come say hello to us. Come let us know
Yes.
your affiliation with the league.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Come up to us on Monday. We're there.
check us out.
We love these stories. We can't wait to tell more of them. I feel like we're going to have an opportunity to tell a heck
I
of
mean,
a
like
lot
when
more
I
of
was
them.
leaving the basketball championships at American, just two random guys on the street said, "Hey, you're one of the First Amendment guys." I said, "Yep," and they're like, "I love it. Keep doing that."
Well, that's
Love to hear
cool.
that. Love
'Cause
to hear it.
I got the same conversation, and those guys took my wallet, man. It was weird.
true.
I fessed up. But they didn't know. They just read my shirt.
I'm just more recognizable than you are. I don't
That's
know.
very
I don't know
true.
why.
That's very. You got
The
that.
T
face.
is for tea.
You got that face. You have your name on your
just
hat, and
something
it's
about
bright
it. On your
orange.
hat.
Just
If you have a
something
bright
about me that-
orange hat with your name on it, that is definitely an advantage.
There you go.
But like I said, like T said, a lot of health to everyone this weekend. Good luck to all. May the best teams win. Until next week, be a good sport.
On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Marigolo. This was the WCAC Spectacular. Still live. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us.
You didn't work on your outro.
It's still
Spectacular.
He was busy working on his abs. T. Cut him
Oh,
some
is that what
slack.
it is?
You couldn't tell?
It's been ab week.